What if the secret to unshakable joy was hiding in plain sight, waiting for you to claim it? Picture this. You're rushing through another chaotic day, juggling work, bills, and endless notifications, yet something feels missing. Deep down, you crave a life that's not just fine but truly alive with purpose and peace. That's where Stoicism comes in, a 2,000-year-old philosophy that's not just for toga-wearing thinkers, but for you, right now, ready to transform your world. Welcome to Daily Stoic Habits, your go-to channel for unlocking ancient wisdom to thrive in modern chaos. In this video, we're diving into Find Lasting Joy, top Stoic secrets for a resilient life. Stoicism isn't about stuffy lectures or chasing fleeting highs like a new car or viral post. It's a practical, battle-tested guide to building a life that stays steady no matter what storms hit. From the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, you'll learn how to master your mind, turn challenges into growth, and find a calm that nothing can shake. Whether you're grinding, at a 9-to-5 navigating college stress or balancing family life, these Stoic tools are your shortcut to clarity and strength. We'll explore how to love yourself fiercely, handle disrespect like a pro, embrace life's twists, and even take charge of your finances, all through simple, actionable steps. Why settle for a roller coaster of highs and lows when you can build joy that lasts? So, grab a coffee, settle in, and let's start this journey together. Don't forget to subscribe to Daily Stoic Habits and hit that bell to never miss a dose of life-changing wisdom. Ready to discover the first secret: how self-love sets the stage for a resilient life. Let's jump right in and uncover how Stoicism can make you unstoppable. Ever wonder why some people seem to glow with confidence, drawing others to them like moths to a flame? That's the magic of self-love, the Stoic secret that sets the stage for a life brimming with joy and rock-solid relationships. In this part of our journey, we're diving deep into how Stoicism, through the wisdom of Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius, teaches you to cherish yourself first, then build connections that don't just spark, but endure. Buckle up, because this isn't about chasing romance or approval. It's about crafting a life where you're your own biggest fan and surround yourself with people who lift you up. Let's start with self-love, the bedrock of Stoic happiness. Seneca nailed it when he said, "He who loves himself has no rival." Picture a morning where you wake up, look in the mirror, and feel a quiet strength. No need for likes, compliments, or someone else's nod of approval. That's what Stoicism offers, a confidence that flows from knowing your worth, flaws, and all. In a world bombarding you with ads, social media filters, and endless comparisons, it's easy to feel like you're not enough. Stoicism flips that script. Your value isn't tied to what you own or how others see you. It's in your character, your choices, your ability to stand tall. By embracing your strengths and accepting your quirks, you build a shield against doubt, radiating a vibe that pulls the right people into your orbit. Now let's talk relationships. Ever fallen for the Hollywood trap of love at first sight? Stoicism calls that a mirage. Real love isn't a lightning bolt or a fiery fling. It's a garden you tend with care, patience, and respect. Seneca warned that mistaking passion for love can leave you with emotional scars that linger for years. Instead, think of love as a slow burn, built on trust and understanding. Take Sarah, a 30-year-old who used to chase partners' approval, bending over backward to please them. She felt drained, like she was losing herself. Then she stumbled on Stoicism and started reflecting nightly. What do I value? What do I deserve? She realized she was seeking validation she could give herself. By setting boundaries and prioritizing mutual respect, she found a partner who saw her for her true self, not a version she crafted to impress. How do you build these kinds of bonds? Epictetus has a gem. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we can listen twice as much as we speak. Next time you're with a friend, partner, or even a coworker, try this. Put your phone down, lock eyes, and really hear them. Don't plan your reply while they're talking. Soak in their words, their tone, their story. It's like magic. People feel valued, and your connection deepens. Imagine you're at a coffee shop catching up with a friend who's stressed about work. Instead of jumping in with advice, you ask, What's been the toughest part for you? And just listen. That simple act, rooted in Stoic wisdom, builds trust stronger than any grand gesture. But relationships aren't just about others. They're about staying true to you. Stoicism warns against losing yourself in the chase for love or approval. Ever tried to win someone over by being someone you're not? It's exhausting, and it rarely lasts. Marcus Aurelius would say, be authentic. Know your values. Maybe it's honesty, kindness, or growth, and seek people who share them. Sarah, our earlier example, stopped dating people who demanded she change. She journaled about what she wanted, someone who respects her independence and shares her love for deep conversations. That clarity led her to a relationship that felt like home, not a battlefield. Ready to put this into action? Here's how to start living Stoic self-love and building epic relationships. First, carve out 5 minutes each night to journal. Write down 3 things you're proud of about yourself. Maybe you stayed calm in a tough meeting or helped a stranger. Then, note 1 way you showed respect to someone else. This habit rewires your brain to see your worth. Second, practice active listening. In your next chat, focus on understanding, not impressing. Ask open-ended questions like, what's been on your mind lately? And watch the conversation bloom. Third, set 1 boundary this week. If a friend keeps venting without asking about you, politely say, I'd love to catch up on what's new with you, but I also want to share what's going on with me. It's not selfish, it's balance. Stoicism doesn't promise a fairy tale, romance, or a life free of conflict, but it equips you to love yourself fiercely and forge bonds that endure life's storms. By mastering self-love, you stop begging for validation and start attracting people who see your light. By listening deeply and staying true to your values, you create relationships that don't just fill time, but enrich your soul. What's holding you back from loving yourself fully? Take a moment to reflect, because the next secret, handling disrespect like a Stoic warrior, is about to arm you with unshakable strength. Let's keep rolling and discover how to protect your peace. No matter what comes your way. What stings more than a sharp word or a cold shoulder tossed your way? Disrespect can hit like a punch, leaving you rattled, angry, or doubting yourself. But what if you could face it with a calm so unshakable it feels like you're wearing armor? That's the Stoic way. In this part of our journey, we're diving into how Stoicism, through the timeless wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca, turns disrespect into a chance to flex your inner strength. You'll learn to shield your peace, brush off others' negativity, and stand tall no matter who tries to knock you down. Let's build that mental fortress together. Disrespect comes in all flavors: a coworker's snarky email, a friend's dismissive eye roll, or a stranger's rude remark in line. It's tempting to snap back or stew in frustration, but Stoicism offers a better path. Marcus Aurelius said, "Your ability to control your thoughts is all that protects your mind." Think of your mind as a castle high on a hill, untouchable by the chaos below. When someone slings disrespect, they're firing arrows that can't breach your walls unless you let them. The key? Knowing yourself so deeply that no one's words can shake your core. By anchoring in your values, say, integrity or kindness, you create a shield that deflects negativity like rain off a rooftop. Why does disrespect hurt so much? Often it pokes at insecurities we haven't faced. Stoicism flips this. Use those moments to grow stronger. Take Emily, a 35-year-old teacher, who dealt with a parent constantly criticizing her lessons. At first, she took it personally, questioning her skills. Then she turned to Stoicism, reflecting nightly. What do I stand for? Am I doing my best for my students? She realized her worth wasn't tied to one parent's opinion. By focusing on her purpose, educating kids, she responded to criticism with calm confidence, even winning the parent over. Her secret? She stopped letting external noise define her internal peace. Epictetus takes it further. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it. Someone's disrespect isn't about you, it's a mirror of their own struggles, stress, fear, or insecurity. Picture Mike, your coworker, snapping at you during a meeting. Your first instinct might be to fire back or shrink. Instead, pause. Ask yourself, is this about me, or is Mike having a rough day? This Stoic reframing strips disrespect of its power. It's like watching a storm rage outside while you're safe indoors. You don't control Mike's mood, but you control whether his words ruin your day. That's freedom. So how do you handle disrespect like a Stoic? Start with self-knowledge. Marcus Aurelius called it, know thyself, a timeless defense. Spend time understanding your strengths, weaknesses, and values. Maybe you're a hard worker, but struggle. With patience. Own it. When you're clear on who you are, a rude comment feels like a pebble tossed at a mountain. Next, practice letting go of others' opinions. Epictetus said, "We cannot control the impressions others form about us." Worrying about what people think is like chasing smoke. It's exhausting and pointless. When disrespect hits, take a deep breath and think, their words are their baggage, not mine. Let it slide like water off a duck's back. Let's get practical. With a real-world scenario, imagine you're at a family dinner and your uncle makes a jab about your job. Still stuck in that dead-end role? Ouch. Instead of arguing, try this Stoic move. Pause, breathe, and reframe. Maybe he's projecting his own regrets. Smile, say, "I'm happy with where I'm at," and shift the conversation. You've kept your dignity, dodged a fight, and stayed true to yourself. That's Stoic mastery in action. Here's a toolkit to build your Stoic armor. Meditate for 5 minutes daily. Close your eyes, picture a recent disrespectful moment, and ask, what can I control? Jot down one action like responding calmly next time. This trains your mind to stay steady. Reframe disrespect as a test. Instead of, they're attacking me, think, this is my chance to practice patience. It's like lifting weights. Each challenge makes you stronger. Pause before reacting. When triggered, count to 3 or take 3 deep breaths. This tiny gap lets you choose wisdom over rage. Try it next time someone cuts you off in traffic. Stoicism doesn't make you immune to disrespect, but it makes you unstoppable in its face. You're not dodging the arrows. You're catching them midair and tossing them aside. Emily, our teacher, didn't just survive criticism. She thrived, becoming a role model for her students. You can do the same. By knowing yourself, ignoring others' noise, and choosing your reactions, you protect your peace and turn disrespect into fuel for growth. Ever felt that rush when you stay cool under pressure? That's the Stoic spark we're igniting. But what about life's bigger curveballs? Those moments when change flips your world upside down. That's where Stoicism shines even brighter. Up next, we'll explore how to embrace change and control what truly matters, keeping your joy intact no matter what life throws your way. Keep watching to unlock the next Stoic secret. What's a disrespectful moment you faced, and how could you handle it stoically? Share in the comments. Let's learn from each other. Ever felt like life's throwing curveballs faster than you can swing? One day you're cruising, the next you're blindsided by a job loss, a breakup, or some random chaos that flips your world upside down. Here's the Stoic truth. Change isn't your enemy. It's your training ground. In this part of our journey, we're diving into how Stoicism, with the razor-sharp wisdom of Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius, teaches you to embrace life's twists and focus on what you can control. You'll learn to love your fate, stay steady in storms, and find joy that doesn't crumble when plans go sideways. Let's roll up our sleeves and master the art of thriving through change. Stoicism's game changer is a mindset called amor fati, Latin for love your fate. Seneca didn't just say tolerate life's ups and downs, he said hug them tight, like an old friend who's here to make you stronger. Picture this, you get laid off. Your gut screams, why me? But a Stoic pauses and thinks, this is my shot to chase that side hustle I've been dreaming about. Loving your fate isn't about pretending everything's rosy. It's about seeing every twist as a chance to grow. Lost a relationship? It's a lesson in self-worth. Missed a promotion? It's fuel to sharpen your skills. By embracing what comes, you transform obstacles into stepping stones, building a life that's not just resilient, but alive with possibility. Now let's talk control, or what Stoics call the dichotomy of control. Epictetus dropped this gem. We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond. Life's like a wild river. You can't stop the current, but you can steer your boat. Stoicism splits things into two buckets. What you control, your thoughts, actions, attitude, and what you don't, traffic, other people's moods, the weather. Obsessing over the second bucket, that's a recipe for stress, but focusing on the first, that's power. Take Jake, a freelancer who got dumped by a big client. Instead of panicking, he asked, "What can I control?" He couldn't force the client back, but he could network, pitch new leads, and learn a new skill. Within weeks, he landed 2 better gigs. His stoic focus turned a setback into a comeback. How do you know what's in your control? Picture a mental checklist. Stuck in a traffic jam? You can't clear the road, but you can pop on a podcast or practice deep breathing. Boss snaps at you? You can't change their mood, but you can choose to respond calmly or brush it off. This shift is like flipping a switch. Suddenly, you're not a victim of life's chaos, but its captain. It's not about ignoring the mess. It's about choosing where to aim your energy. Why waste it on what's out of reach when you can shape what's in your hands? Another Stoic superpower is negative visualization, a practice Seneca swore by. Sounds grim, but hear me out. Spend a few minutes picturing worst-case scenarios, losing your job, fighting with a friend, or even misplacing your phone. Feel the sting, then plan how you'd bounce back. This isn't about gloom. It's mental prep that strips fear of its punch. Imagine you're a boxer sparring in your mind, so when the real fight comes, you're ready. For Jake, visualizing client loss meant he had a plan B before it happened. Try it. Picture a tough day at work. How would you stay calm? Maybe you'd, take a walk or jot down a solution. When the day hits, you're not shocked. You're prepped. And that's Stoic strength. Let's make this real with a story. Meet Lisa, a 28-year-old nurse whose hospital cut shifts, slashing her income. Panic set in. Bills were looming. Inspired by Stoicism, she practiced amor fati. Instead of cursing her luck, she thought, "This is my chance to pivot." She couldn't control the hospital's budget, but she could control her response. Lisa used negative visualization, imagining months without work, which pushed her to act fast. She enrolled in an online course for a specialized nursing certification, networked with clinics, and picked up freelance telehealth shifts. 6 months later, she had a better-paying role she loved. By loving her fate and focusing on her control, Lisa turned a crisis into a career upgrade. Ready to live this Stoic secret? Here's your toolkit. Practice amor fati daily. When something goes wrong, a delayed flight, a rude email, say, "This is my chance to shine," and take one positive step, like finding a workaround. Map your control. Grab a notebook. For one stressful situation, list what you can control, e.g., your effort, and what you can't, e.g., others' decisions. Focus. On the first list. Visualize negatives weekly. Spend 5 minutes imagining a challenge like a tough conversation. Plan your response, maybe staying calm or asking questions. Feel how fear fades. Stoicism doesn't stop change. It makes you its master. By loving your fate, controlling what you can, and prepping for the worst, you build a joy that thrives in any storm. Ever turned a life shake-up into a win? That's the Stoic spark. Up next, we're tackling personal growth. How to break out of your comfort zone and become the best version of you. Keep watching to unlock the next piece of this life-changing puzzle. What if every day was a chance to sculpt a stronger, wiser, happier you? Life's not just about surviving. It's about growing, pushing past your limits, and becoming someone you're proud to meet in the mirror. That's the Stoic call to action. In this part of our journey, we're diving into how Stoicism, with the piercing insights of Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, makes personal development a sacred mission. You'll learn to break free from the comfort zone, embrace failure as your teacher, and build a life of purpose that radiates joy. Let's grab the chisel and start carving the best version of you. Stoicism sees self-improvement as non-negotiable. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." It's not about chasing perfection or stacking accolades. It's about cultivating virtues, self-control, courage, justice, wisdom that make you unshakable. Think of your life as a garden. Every choice, every challenge is a seed you plant. Tend it with intention and you'll grow a soul that thrives no matter the season. Stoics believe growth is your duty, not a hobby. Why settle for coasting when you can soar? The biggest trap? Your comfort zone. It's cozy, predictable, like a warm blanket on a chilly morning. But stay there too long, and you stagnate. Stoicism demands you step into the unknown, where growth lives. Take Lisa, a 32-year-old accountant, who dreaded public speaking. Her comfort zone was crunching numbers, not addressing crowds, but a promotion required presentations, and fear gripped her. Inspired by Stoicism, she saw this as a test of courage. She joined a speaking club, starting with shaky 5-minute talks. Each session was a battle, but she leaned into the discomfort. A year later, Lisa was leading company meetings with confidence, landing that promotion. Her stoic grit turned a weakness into a superpower. Failure is another hurdle, but Stoics don't flinch. Seneca said, "We suffer more in our minds than in reality." A flop isn't the end, it's a lesson. Imagine bombing a job interview. Your instinct might be to sulk or blame the interviewer. A Stoic pauses, asks, "What can I learn?" Maybe you rambled or didn't prep enough. That sting becomes fuel to practice, refine, and nail the next one. Consider Tom, who launched a startup that tanked in 6 months. Devastated, he turned to Stoicism, analyzing his mistakes. Poor planning, rushed decisions. He took those lessons, started a new venture, and now runs a thriving business. Failure didn't define him, it sharpened him. How do you grow like a Stoic? It starts with clarity. Know your values. Maybe it's honesty, resilience, or helping others, and let them guide your goals. If patience is your weak spot, aim to stay calm in stressful moments, like waiting in a long line. Break it down. Count breaths. Observe your thoughts. Small wins stack up. Reflection is key too. Marcus Aurelius journaled daily, dissecting his actions to align with his virtues. You can do the same. Each night ask, what did I do well? Where did I slip? This isn't self-criticism, it's self-coaching, steering you toward growth. Let's get practical with a story. Meet Sarah, a 25-year-old barista dreaming of graphic design but stuck in a rut. She felt safe in her job but unfulfilled. Stoicism sparked a shift. She set a goal. Learn design basics in 3 months. She couldn't control the job market, but she could control her effort. Sarah enrolled in an online course, practiced nightly, and faced rejection from freelance gigs. Instead of quitting, she reflected. Each no taught her to tweak her portfolio. 6 months later, she landed a part-time design job, her joy fueled by progress, not perfection. Her Stoic discipline made her dream real. Here's your Stoic growth toolkit. Set one clear goal. Pick a virtue or skill, like patience or coding, and break it into daily steps. For patience, try waiting 5 seconds before responding in a heated chat. Reflect nightly. Spend 10 minutes journaling. Write 3 things you did well, e.g., stayed calm, and 1 area to improve, e.g., snapped at a coworker. Adjust tomorrow. Learn relentlessly. Read a Stoic book like Meditations or take a course. Even 15 minutes daily compounds into mastery over months. Stoicism doesn't promise overnight transformation, but it delivers something better. Steady, meaningful growth. Lisa's speeches, Tom's comeback, Sarah's career pivot. They all started with one Stoic step. Every challenge you face, every failure you endure, is a chance to forge a stronger you. Ever pushed past fear and felt that rush of progress? That's the Stoic fire burning bright. But what about when life's not just about you? When money, bills, and dreams collide? That's where Stoicism's take on financial freedom comes in. Next, we'll explore how to master your finances with the same clarity and grit, building a life of joy and independence. Keep watching to unlock the next Stoic secret. What if money didn't rule your peace of mind? In a world screaming, buy this, upgrade that, it's easy to tie your happiness to a bank account. But Stoicism says joy isn't in your wallet, it's in your mindset. In this part of our journey, we're unpacking how Stoic wisdom from Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius can guide you to financial freedom, not by chasing riches, but by mastering your choices. You'll learn to ditch the blame game, take smart risks, and live within your means, building a life where money serves you, not the other way around. Let's dive in and rewrite your money story. Stoicism cuts through the noise. Happiness doesn't come from stuff. Seneca said, "It is not the man who has too little that is poor, but the one who desires more." Picture this. You're scrolling online, tempted by a shiny gadget you don't need. That urge to buy? It's a trap, promising joy but delivering stress when the bill hits. Stoics see money as a tool, not a goal. True wealth is contentment, knowing you're enough, no matter what you own. By focusing on virtues like self-control and wisdom, you free yourself from the cycle of always wanting more, finding joy in what's already yours. Taking responsibility is Stoic 101. Epictetus warned, "People are not disturbed by things, but by the view they take of them." Blaming others, your boss, the economy for financial woes keeps you stuck. Instead, own your choices. Meet Maria, a 29-year-old single mom drowning in credit card debt. She used to blame low wages and unexpected bills. Then she found Stoicism and asked, "What can I control?" She couldn't change her income overnight, but she could track spending. Maria cut subscriptions, cooked at home, and saved $50 a month. In a year, she had a $600 emergency fund, swapping stress for calm. Her Stoic shift made her the captain of her finances. Risks scare us, but Stoics embrace them smartly. Avoiding risk might feel safe, but it locks you in place. Seneca urged, facing challenges with courage, not recklessness. Think of Elon Musk betting big on SpaceX. It was risky but calculated, rooted in research. You don't need to bet millions. Start small, invest in a low-cost fund, or take a course for a career shift. Maria took a risk by enrolling in a part-time bookkeeping class, hoping it'd boost her income. It paid off with a side gig, doubling her savings. Stoic risks aren't gambles, they're informed leaps toward freedom. Living within your means is Stoic gold. In a world pushing you to spend, Seneca's call for self-control shines. Maria's old habit was splurging on takeout to treat herself, but it left her broke. Stoicism taught her to question, do I need this or do I want it? She swapped takeout for home-cooked meals, redirecting cash to her savings. The result? Less guilt, more security. Living simply isn't sacrifice, it's empowerment, giving you space to chase dreams like a side hustle or a stress-free retirement. Here's your Stoic money toolkit. Track your spending. For 1 week, log every dollar, spot leaks, like that. Coffee habit, and redirect $10 weekly to savings. Question wants versus needs. Before buying, ask, will this add lasting value? If not, skip it. Try a 24-hour wait rule for impulse buys. Learn one money skill. Read a book like Your Money or Your Life, or watch a budgeting video. Small knowledge compounds fast. Stoicism doesn't promise a fat bank account, but it delivers freedom from money's grip. Maria's journey from debt to savings wasn't about earning more, it was about choosing wisely. You can do the same. Ever felt lighter after skipping an impulse buy? That's the Stoic vibe. By owning your choices, taking calculated risks, and living simply, you build a life where joy flows from within, not your paycheck. Now, how do you tie all this together into a life of unshakable joy? That's where our final Stoic secret comes in. Next, we'll wrap up with a roadmap to live these principles daily, ensuring your happiness stands strong. Keep watching to seal this journey. So, what's the secret to a life that's not just good but truly joyful? It's not a bigger paycheck, a perfect partner, or zero stress. It's you, armed with Stoic wisdom. In this final chapter, we're tying together the lessons from Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus to show you how to live with purpose, resilience, and unshakable peace. From self-love to financial freedom, Stoicism isn't just ancient philosophy, it's your daily playbook for thriving in a chaotic world. Let's wrap this up and send you off ready to spark lasting joy. Stoicism teaches that happiness lives in your character, not your circumstances. Picture waking up, knowing no setback can steal your calm because you've built a fortress of self-control, courage, and wisdom. Whether it's loving yourself fiercely, brushing off disrespect, embracing life's curveballs, growing through challenges, or mastering your money, every Stoic step strengthens your core. Think of Lisa, who turned public speaking fear into a career win, or Maria, who traded debt for financial peace. Their secret, small daily choices rooted in Stoic principles. You don't need a grand overhaul, just one intentional act today. Start simple. Tonight, grab a notebook. Jot down one Stoic idea from this video, maybe pausing before reacting or questioning a purchase. Ask, how can I apply this tomorrow? If you snapped at a coworker, plan to breathe and respond calmly next time. These micro moves compound, reshaping your life. Reflect daily, stay grateful for what you have, and watch joy bloom from within. Ever felt that quiet pride after handling a tough moment well? That's Stoicism at work, proving you're stronger than you think. Why does this matter? Because life's too short for shallow highs or endless stress. Stoicism hands you the tools to craft a life of meaning where joy isn't fleeting but woven into who you are. Take Sarah, who chased her design dream, or Jake, who turned client loss into new wins. They didn't wait for perfect conditions. They acted, Stoic style. You can too. Pick one lesson, try it this week, and see the shift. Due to time constraints, we'll stop here. I hope this video has been helpful to you. If it aids you even a little, I'm deeply fulfilled. Save it to your playlist for a rewatch anytime. Please like and share so others can hear this. Sometimes, a timely message can change a life. And don't forget to subscribe to Daily Stoic Habits and hit the bell to catch our next value-packed videos. Goodbye for now, and see you soon.